Hey, it's a me, a Mario Pradhan.
I should have known that was coming. Anyway, yes, everyone, welcome to our latest episode of Italian Cricket.
It's a me, a Mario, captain of the Italian cricket team.
No wonder Italy doesn't have a good cricket team.
Well, no shit. Um, welcome to the No Balls Cricket Podcast. My name is Siddhant Pradhan. Um, alongside
He
me
has not
is
gotten over his Headingley Test shenanigans.
1 minute. I'm going to go dress as Mario this weekend also.
Oh yeah, and he's going to Old Trafford again as Mario.
Mario, and then of course we have the Bihari Luigi on the other side.
Who does not have a Luigi cap and will not wear one.
No, he will not wear one. Jokes aside, this is No Balls Cricket, episode 23 now, and I have a number today. Episode 23.
Well done.
Yeah, lots to discuss on the show. The guys from We Cricket crying, Javo, all of that. No, I'm kidding. We forgot Javo, by the way.
I wish we could all just forget Javo for a while now.
He's gotten annoying now, but we'll get to him later. Anyway, so let's quickly breeze into the roundup because we have a lot of shit to cover on this show. And yeah, here goes the roundup.
Yes. So we start in Bangladesh, where the spin-friendly pitches, to put it mildly, have been causing a bit of a storm. So to anyone who hasn't been following, the four T20s have happened. Bangladesh have won 3 of them. The first one, they bowled New Zealand out for 60. And the most recent one, they bowled New Zealand out for 93.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, New Zealand also have an opener with the name of Rachin Ravindra, which is now a complete mistake on both Tendulkar and Ravi Jadeja. It's like he's
in the middle, Bangladesh. Yeah, no, sorry, carry on.
And for some reason, he always scores blobs, meaning duck, ducka, duck. Rachin Ravindra, neither Sachin nor Jadeja.
Yes, that is his failing in cricket, to not be any of the 2 best players around.
So basically, he's useless.
They also have a spinner called Colin McConchie, who I'd never heard of until this series.
Half the people that are playing in that series, no one's ever heard of.
That's true. That's very true.
They've gone in with a very second string team.
Yeah. They're in the middle of in one of these matches, the only match New Zealand has won so far. They bowled Bangladesh out to 76. So it has been comedy all around. And of course, there's also been all the usual talk about spinning pitches, fair, unfair, etc. We can
listen. 1 minute.
Do we want to get into that or
no? I just want to say one thing before we quickly move on to the other comedy circus that's going on the other side of South Asia. Basically, the pitches are bad when Ijaz Patel, who cannot spin a ball on a normal pitch for the life of God, decides to start picking up 3-4s and 4-4s and all of that. They're bad.
Yes. So I would say Ijaz Patel is probably a slightly underrated spinner. He's not. I'm never going to say he's great, but he's good enough that it's not that surprising that he could go 4-4 on that pitch.
Really? Okay, so basically, forget Ijaz Patel. Let's put it in terms of the West Indians will understand. Okay, there is one absolute chutia Guyanese spinner. His name is Veerasamy Permaul. Okay, no offense, Guyana, but man, that man is a rubbish bowler. Okay, and if he can spin a ball on Bangladeshi wickets, trust me, I can spin a ball and I'm a right-hander. That's how bad they must be. Anyway, moving on. Now we're going to change color so you know which team we're talking about. Any guesses?
Yes, and it's not Bangladesh.
And it's not Bangladesh.
Means them too. But yes, in the roller coaster that is Pakistan cricket, the latest turn has happened. Everyone's favorite all-time great cricket commentator, who, let's face it, was also a somewhat decent player when he wasn't before his commentary days. Ramiz Raja is about to take over the Pakistan Cricket Board.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has been appointed on personal recommendation from Pakistan's Prime Minister and former great captain Imran Khan.
Who was his captain during the '92 World Cup? Just so you guys don't forget.
Yes, and Ramesh Raja has always been an Imran Khan favorite. I'm not saying for one bit there's any amount of favoritism and political intervention here happening, but
I mean, of course, the Pakistani Prime Minister.
I'm not saying it.
I know. Hang on. Stop. Let me finish. Just remember that the number one patron of the Pakistan Cricket Board has always been the Prime Minister. Also,
Yes.
never in the history of the of Pakistan has a former cricketer ever been Prime Minister before this. So,
yes,
just
like
setting
I said,
the stage for all of you.
I'm not saying there's favoritism, but I'm not saying there's favoritism.
We will insinuate a few things on this podcast today. This is one of them.
Right. So anyway, Ramesh Raja has taken over. Then they've announced their new squads, and on the back of that announcement, Misbah ul Haq and Waqar Yunus have resigned from their positions. It's worth remembering that Misbah only took over last year, and had promised a revolution in Pakistan cricket that hasn't really happened. Now there are talks that Babar Azam is also going to be either he's being sacked or is going to be stood down as captain. One of the, or he himself is going to stand down as captain. One of the two, and Mohammad Rizwan will take over.
And the big news you forgot, the biggest news you forgot, Mohammad Amir has come out of retirement,
and Mohammad Amir is most likely coming out of retirement. Yes.
So, and this is just today, na? Kal ka pata nahi. Tomorrow, what happens? Who is going to know?
I was reading this piece on Cricket Board today about how so Ramesh Raja, who, by the way, at this moment has not actually taken over stepped into his new role. He's just one of the many board members, but he arranged a meeting with all the players.
And they were all very disappointed.
They were all talking, and now there's been talk about, we keep getting told to play fearless cricket, but no one has explained what fearless cricket is. Meanwhile, if we, in a chase of 350, we play fearless cricket and get bowled out for 150, then we know we're all going to get dropped. So therefore, we don't want to play fearless cricket. So there's no backing. The board is not being fearless, but they want us to be fearless. There's whole. To be fair, these are fairly logical points when you look at it outside of the context of this is Pakistan cricket. Once you put that context in, it's all just hilarious.
1 minute, dude, they lose to the West Indies. I mean, there's no saving this place.
They did come back and win the next test.
Okay, but they still haven't won.
Yeah. Anyway, they do the series. It's okay. Anyway, that happened.
1 minute. We know Pakistan cricket is the world's most gigantic shit show. So just trust me.
It is worth remembering. 2009 T20 World Cup. They went in on the back of some other turmoil, Ussamari, and then they went and won the tournament.
World's biggest shit show. Remember, they went in on the back of some turmoil. Sarfaraz became named captain or some bullshit. They ended up winning the Champions Trophy. So anything's possible with it.
Exactly.
It's Pakistan. Anything's possible. This is all in a day's work.
We will get our laughs in, but also remember that this is the story of Pakistan. So we could be talking about them as T20 World Champions in about 2 months.
2 months. Okay. I'm going to take this hat off now because we're done with our Pakistani segment. Only one thing left on the roundup. Sri Lanka have actually beaten South Africa in a 3-match ODI series. No one knows how.
Yes.
Some new spinner, I can't even remember his name, decided to make a debut and pick up 5 South Africans because clearly they're shit at playing spin.
I think you were talking about Mahesh. What is it? Mahesh Tikshana.
You try and pronounce that and tell me if you remember it in 6 months' time.
I mean, listen, Sri Lanka produces mystery spinners like every 5 minutes practically, and then 10 minutes later they stop being mysterious. That's what's happened all the time.
As Sunny G would say, no, you knock on coconut tree, fast bowler fall down. In Sri Lanka's case, you knock on coconut tree, mystery spinner fall down. Very famous line.
Right.
That's the roundup. Anyway, on we go. So our 20-minute segment today contains not one, but 2 separate India things.
Topics, yes.
For that, I need to change my cap again. This will be on for the rest of the segment.
Right.
1, because we're celebrating, and 2, well, there is another storm coming. So
yes.
Let me just start the timer and we will kick this into high gear.
Yes, sir.
And here we go.
Right. So we start off with today's fresh news. India's T20 World Cup squad has been announced. There's a 15-man squad plus 3 standbys. somewhat surprising squad in that a lot of old faces are back. We have gone from the early 2010s where the spin combo had to be Ashwin and Jadeja to the mid 2010s where the spin combo had to be Kuldeep and Chahal to the early 2020s where again the spin combo has to be Ashwin and Jadeja.
It doesn't have to be Ashwin and Jadeja, to be fair. It could be two out of five. So,
Correct. Yes. Yeah. But point being, that is the rotation that has happened.
Okay.
Shikhar Dhawan has been dropped.
We
don't have. Yeah. So our opener is either we're going with Rohit Sharma and Kohli opening at the top, or it's going to be Kishan or KL Rahul.
It will most likely be either Kishan or Rahul. I don't think Kohli will open. That is one big piece of news. Two, Shreyas Iyer hasn't been deemed fit enough to rejoin the squad, obviously.
He's on standby. He's one of the
on standby. But the other two standbys are what really surprised all of us. Deepak Chahar is on standby, number one. But the other big standby is Lord Shardulkar. Shardul Thakur is on standby.
We will talk a bit more about. Yeah, we will talk a bit more about when we get to the test match.
Test matches, yeah, exactly.
But in the meantime,
yeah.
In the meantime, Shardul Thakur is standby.
And no space for
there are
either.
Only three quicks.
Yeah, there's only three quicks: Bumrah, Shami, and Bhuvi. And obviously, apparently, they've deemed Hardik Pandya fit enough to bowl. Other notable exception for me: no Krunal Pandya in the squad. He's been deemed surplus to requirements. Surya Kumar Yadav does find a place, however, which is good news for him. And the rest of the squad more or less remains the same. There is no Ambati Raidu, so no Team 3D or any of that shit. However, there's one very Dhoni pick, and he somehow does not come from CSK. Also, of course, MS Dhoni has been named mentor for the World T20.
I think we need to get more into that first, but we'll talk about Akshar Patel.
So, thanks for ruining it. My grand reveal, you fucked up now.
You did your grand reveal. It's fine. I just stole the punchline.
God. Anyway, Akshar Patel is in the squad as the ostensibly fifth spinner. No idea why they need
Akshar Patel, yes. He's there and more importantly, as we really wanted to say, is that he's there as part of the CSK quota, despite having never played for CSK.
Correct. Basically, if there was ever a Dhoni pick, it's Akshar Patel.
Right.
So basically, that's the squad. I will put up. You'll be able to see it on screen just now. You can go through it. And interestingly, the only person that I feel is a bit hard done by is Lord. Nobody else.
Yeah, but Shardul Thakur, I think, is going to. If he's on standby, that means he's. The question is, where is he cover for Hardik, or is he backup to any bowling all-rounder, pace or spin? But honestly, I think if you had to do a straight shot based on most recent IPL form between Akshar and Shardul Thakur, given that this World Cup is going to be played in UAE now and not India, I kind of think Akshar is a fair pick. He's better on slower pitches and he was a good bowling option last year when again the IPL was played in the UAE. So I'm not that disappointed by that call.
I'm actually surprised that they filled the CSK quota with a non-CSK player. I mean, Deepak Chahar is lying there, sitting there in the bloody reserves. He could have come in, na?
We should just to clarify, if no one gets it, by Dhoni pick in CSK quota, all SP's trying to say is that a bits and pieces player who can offer a little bit, in theory, offers a bit of control rather than being a spectacular cricketer. That is what SP means.
Exactly.
Akshar Patel definitely fits that to the team.
However, and we only have a few seconds left on this segment of it. Do you think that, come on, I feel that Lord is a far more dynamic cricketer than either of them. He would have filled that quota. Plus, he'd fill your one extra fast bowling spot. So I think we're one fast bowler short, but that's just my opinion. And funnily enough, I was watching Crickbuzz earlier. Harsha Bhogle agrees with me.
Good. I mean, I don't disagree with that line of thought. I think I said we were one fast bowler short as well. I just think in the UAE it may not matter. But let's see if
everybody is in
IPL. Let's see what IPL form does to this squad as well.
Right. Onwards and upwards.
We will do a deeper dive into the T20 squads when the World Cup rolls around. But now we are getting back to the meat and potatoes of the cricket game. Yes.
Okay. What an unbelievable last day, which I missed every single ball. No, I'm kidding. I did get to see a bit. I saw
Almost, but
almost every single. I missed most of it. Yeah,
yes, exactly.
I missed most of it. Basically, I missed England falling over flat on their asses again.
Yeah, SP had a date, and therefore could not watch cricket.
Hey, some things in life are more important than cricket. No, wait, sorry.
I just wanted you to say that.
1 minute.
I just wanted you to say that on like while we're live, and so you could understand the stupidity of what you're saying.
I was just going to say, I was going to do a full Bill Shankly and go, it's cricket is a matter of life and death.
Exactly.
Anyway, luckily I did get to watch the highlights, and they were magnificent. I mean, what a turnaround from the first 3 days where England were well ahead in the game. We basically batted them out of it. But even then, it was such a flat pitch. You just thought that they'd still manage to chase down, whatever, 350 odd. Or 360 something. Yeah.
So just to summarize, and we won't do it like innings by innings the way we normally do, but just to go over the talking points. So India go into this match, they changed their bowling attack a bit. Ishant and Shami came out both. I think Ishant possibly just due to lack of form, but also he may have been carrying a niggle. Shami was also
definitely carrying a niggle.
Yeah. So they replaced them with Umesh Yadav getting his first test back in a long time, and Shardul Thakur. Shardul Thakur is a very important person in this.
No. You have to. No. From now on, you're referring to him properly by his full title.
We'll get there. Wait. So at the test, when the test match started, he was Shardul Thakur. Okay. Then the toss happens. Of course, Kohli loses. But more importantly, we don't know if he was trolling or being sincere, but he was like, England have a lot of left-handers in the side, so we think Jadeja is a good option against them. Of course, everyone is like, Ashwin is the genius against left-handers. How can you talk about Jadeja? All of that happens. Then India get put into bat, collapse. Then Lord Shardulkar comes in. At 120 odd for 7. It's a very quick fire 50, taking us to 191.
No, 1 minute. You have to put it in perspective again. It is the fastest 50 in the history of Test cricket in England. It is not just any 50.
It's the fastest Test 50 scored in England by anyone.
By anyone. Lord Shardulkar.
I should be putting that into perspective. Also, the second fastest 50 scored by in Test cricket by any Indian, behind only the one and only Kapil Dev.
Okay, so that is first innings. We somehow scraped to 190. We then get England 62 for 5, God knows how. Umesh Yadav probably was the ball of the match to get rid of Joe Root, because I've been saying this, he looked in such good touch. Him and Malan were going so well, and then out of nowhere, bam, one nips back and knocks Castle's Root, basically.
And at 62 for 5, India could have thought of getting a lead, actually, and really turning this test match on its head. But then England they pulled it together, and then they collapsed again, because only England could do that. Where they pulled apart.
Having said that, there were some good signs for them. I mean, Ollie Pope batted really well. Chris Woakes batted well. They did get a 100-run lead. And you thought at that stage that it was a bit 50-50. You don't really know what's going to happen. Can India bat? Can India not bat? The next day was also under cloudy conditions. James Cloudison is back in full swing.
But Rohit Sharma, KL Rahul, Pujara batted brilliantly through most of that third day. Yes, I remember.
That was the third day,
correctly. Day 3. Rohit Sharma producing the man of the match innings, which was slightly controversial given Lord Shardulkar's contributions to this match, but a brilliant century, his first overseas Test century. He apparently also, I read a stat, in all of his 8 Test centuries, India won the match. So clearly Rohit is crucial to Indian victories. That happened. Then the next day, Kohli comes out, starts looking fluent. He'd already gotten had he gotten a 50 in the first inning? He had gotten
he got 50 in the first innings, correct.
He got 50 in the first inning.
Then he found some dumb way of getting out. And the same thing happened in the second.
Moeen Ali. Yeah. The second time around, he gets out to Moeen Ali, because, of course, Moeen Ali has to take wickets against India in England. And
that was 1 minute. First of all, that was Moeen Ali's only wicket in the game.
Of course it has to be Virat Kohli.
It has to be Virat Kohli. Na? That too, when Kohli is looking like he's going to score 200 or something.
Yes. And when India really think if Kohli scores a big innings, this game is over. But thankfully, we don't really need a big innings from Virat Kohli these days, because now we have Lord Shardulkar.
No, 1 minute. You're also forgetting we're talking about the walking duck that is Ajinkya Rahane.
We will get to Rahane. I will, but basically Rahane.
We may not have
Rahane got
time. We need to speed this up.
Okay, Rahane got for notes. Rahane got demoted to 6. Jadeja got promoted to 5. It's a different conversation altogether. But yes, anyway, Lord Shardulkar happened again.
Lord Shardulkar happened, and Rishabh Pant then scores his slowest 50.
Yes, in the same match where the fastest test in 50 has been scored, Rishabh Pant scores his slowest ever post. Not even test, like test post class career combined. Yes, but Shardulkar in that spell hit another relatively quick, though by his standards somewhat slow, 60. Helped stretch the lead again. And then Umesh Yadav and Jasprit Bumrah came and played some hilariously good shots. Umesh, I was talking to a friend that time, and I was like, we need an Umesh versus South Africa. I don't know if you remember, but Umesh was hitting like 4 sixes in innings and getting out in that series again, home series against South Africa.
Yeah, I think he averaged something like 35 with the bat, and I think he faced a total of 35 balls across the series.
Exactly. Exactly. So anyway, Umesh does that. Then we get bowled out. We have England look good on the rest of the day 4. Early session day 5, it looks like shit. We have
100-run opening partnership. 100-run opening partnership. Both the openers get to 50. Then Lord Shardulkar produces an absolute jaffer to get Burns out. I mean, that, just was an absolute jaffer. It was unplayable. Just takes a little nick, and it was completely against the run of play. You thought nothing's happening. Nick, gone, out. Brilliant.
Exactly. So 100-run opening partnership starts a little bit of a collapse. Post lunch, Bumrah happens.
No, well, I mean, then there was the run out of David Malan as well.
Which was hilarious.
Then Hamid batting well plays a strange shot to get out against Jadeja from over the wicket. And then the floodgates basically opened when they found the ball to started reversing. After that, it was...
So again, right. Yeah. Like I said, just Bumrah happens, basically. But again, the main point is still Lord Shardulkar. Because he comes in and who does he get out at the end of all of this collapsing and okay, now England might be consolidating and whatnot. Whose wicket does he take? Joe Root.
So every time you had somebody come and influence the game, throw the ball to Shardul. Lord will do it for us. In the Lord we trust.
So basically, we need to get him his number 10 jersey back and say, you can have Sachin's number, please. It's all good. We're happy with this. So now India are up 2-1 in this series. Heading into Manchester, there may be loads of changes on especially on England's side.
Joss Butler and Moeen Ali are both set to play. That's the latest as of today.
Butler though is back.
Jack Leach has also been added to the squad. I will give you guys a little weather update from Manchester. The last 2 days have been absolutely roasting. It has been beautiful summer weather. Bright sunshine.
Which, by the way, so hang on. We need to put this in context. If you're having great weather in Manchester...
Yeah, it's definitely raining on the weekend. 100%. Guarantee de raha. Oh, no. That is a given. Even the weather forecast is telling me it's going to rain on the weekend. It's supposed to rain tomorrow also. So chill. But I will give you one thing. I mean, it's more Mumbai than Manchester at this point. It's really been hot today. It was about 29-30 degrees in the day.
Right.
And by all accounts, the pitch is probably going to be bone dry. So there will be a chance where they might think of playing Ashwin.
Yes, there might be 2 spinners on both sides. We don't know.
There might be 2 spinners on both sides. You never know. But then, are they really going to drop Lord?
Can you drop Lord at this
point? Can you drop Lord after that? That's the other thing.
Right.
So, okay, England, Joe Root didn't get runs, so they didn't get runs. Joe Root didn't get runs in the second innings, so they didn't draw the game. Simple logic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Joe Root is the wicket.
Also, that ball to get Johnny Bairstow out from Jasprit Bumrah. Oh my God. That
Absolute stunner.
I mean, that is like Waqar Younis-esque. Okay. And he almost got Joe Root as well. Somehow Root's managed to dig it out.
Yeah, which just goes to show the form Joe Root's been in, because that ball would have gotten anyone else.
Yeah.
But the other talking point is there's some talk that both Anderson and Bumrah might be rested. I can't see it happening.
I can't see either of those things happening.
Yeah.
Especially Anderson, since he's probably not going to play again till the Ashes.
Yeah, probably not. Mark Wood might be coming back for them.
If I'm England, Mark Wood's definitely coming back. Craig Overton doesn't keep his place. Old Trafford's also a quicker bouncier wicket than the Oval, so it'll probably be more interesting than that. However, it will be dry. I can guarantee you that with the weather we've had, it's going to be dry. Unless they pull off some fucking English look kind of bullshit that they tried in Chennai and didn't work.
And England, I think, have been doing a very good job of producing pitches that make India think that we can't play Ashwin. And to be fair, India made the most of it anyway. The other selection dilemma for them is with Butler coming back, it's the Bairstow versus Pope straight shot for that for the sixth batter spot.
I think it's a very easy choice. I think with the runs that Pope got in the last game, I think he should keep that.
Yeah, I think so too. Unless they decide to drop Moeen Ali and play both.
No, Roots come out today and said that they're probably not. Moeen Ali is still the number one spinner, so they're most definitely not dropping him.
Right. And so then you have the option of maybe Jack Leach with his famous glasses coming into this.
But then who do you drop? You can't drop Anderson. Maybe Ollie Robinson will be rested then.
Maybe Ollie Robinson. But Ollie Robinson's also, I think, probably been the third best bowler in this series after Anderson and Bumrah.
Also, remember that Ollie Robinson keeps getting Kohli out. If he doesn't play, he might have a better chance of scoring some runs.
We are hoping for that 71st century to finally come from Kohli at some point between, I don't know, maybe this series, maybe this match, but otherwise eventually.
So basically, so far what's happened, and we have another few minutes on this. Basically, what we know is what has happened in the series is exactly what we expected. In flat conditions, India have been far the better side, and in the seaming conditions that they got at Headingley, England were far the better side.
Yeah, India, I think in the seaming conditions missed someone like Bhuvi or Hardik Pandya, especially. Both are really good seam bowlers.
Yeah,
and swing bowlers actually.
Swing bowlers,
more swing bowlers. But yeah, there's really no competition with Anderson, and it's shown. They've collapsed twice. Three times actually. Twice at Headingley and once in the early innings at the Oval. But they've made enough of a recovery to win 2 test matches anyway.
Yeah. And the other thing that you have to remember is India, despite carrying a fucking walking globe of a duck that is Ajinkya Rahane at this point. I'm sorry. I mean, I love the guy, but man, he has really got to be pulled out of that team.
One more Lord Shardulkar stat. In one test match, I mean, he's played 2, but in this one test match,
he's got more runs than Rahane in the entire year.
In the entire series. Is it the entire year? It might even be the entire year.
It might even be the entire year. No, it can't be. Because the Boxing Day can't be. He got 60s in Chennai and he got 60 at Lords. Boxing Day was last year. What are you talking about?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Boxing Day was last year. But anyway, being he has more runs than Rahane in this series, and that's all thanks to one innings or one match.
One match.
Yeah.
So
Rahane should be dropped.
Should be dropped. I think Vihari will come in. I think that's an easy swap to make.
And this is where I'm offering the radical solution of dropping Rahane and bringing in Ashwin.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, Shardul can bat, so there's no problem there.
Exactly.
You bat him at 6? That'll be insane, wouldn't it? Imagine this.
You've got Jadeja.
Jadeja's 5 anyway.
6. Jadeja at 5, Pant at 6. Then you figure out 7 and 8, which Ashwin and Shardul.
Either one can bat. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so that's the news from Manchester. So that's the only change we expect India to make, or if the conditions being the way they are, Ashwin comes in. But with rain expected on the weekend, I think they'll stick with the same lineup, especially if the overheads are good.
Important update today, by the way, Pujara and Rohit Sharma both missed the last day or spent the last day of the last test in the dressing room. But Pujara at least has been past fit. I haven't seen an update about Rohit Sharma yet, but when he spoke at the end of that match, he said he was fine, and he said he'd be.
Yeah, funnily enough, opener is the one position where we have a few options with both Prithvi Shaw and Mayank Agarwal being in the squad. So
yeah, but it's also the one position where I really don't want to play around and have to suffer with an injury crisis, because it's the one position where batting has been somewhat reliable.
Can I also put a dampener on everything? The weather forecast says that we are probably going to have 2 days, if not 3, of rain.
So which would be perfect. Drawn match
bus ho gaya, end of story. It's Manchester, it's going to rain. At some point it will rain for sure. I can give you in writing. But yeah, that's our take on the test series, and we have 8 seconds left on this. Wow, we have timed this well today.
Wow. Well done.
Well done. 3, 2, 1. There we are.
And what? So now on to the awards.
On to the awards. But I mean, again, there was no ball where a wicket fell. We will give an award, however, and this is my awards hat for this week. We will give 2 awards. Okay, number 1, and this is just for being just utter shite. England, I think, dropped something like 8 catches over the 4 days.
I think it was 6. But
6
yeah,
or something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
And there were some absolute howlers, like Bairstow gloving one, that putting that down. Rory Burns
That being said,
one and hitting his toe.
a single one of them was as bad as Siraj's drops.
Oh no, Siraj's was ultimately bad, and then he got hit in the nuts. So Mohammad Siraj, you win the No Balls Cricket Award this week for just rolling over basically. Despite England dropping more catches than India, England win the team award, and Mohammad Siraj, Siraj wins the award for the No Balls Cricket, let's call it, moment of the match.
Yes. No Balls Cricket moment of the match. We need to start having sponsors now for this.
I know, we really need sponsors, man. Come on, guys.
There was also another Jarvo sighting.
I don't want to give him. Well, look, I was not going to give him an award, but then he got sent.
We don't have to give an award.
One minute. No, we do. We have to give an award not to him, but for the English police, the whatever, I don't know what they're called. Is it the West Yorkshire police? I would no, not West. Sorry, South London. The
police.
Whatever. The police. Metropolitan Police. Metropolitan Police and I swear to God this happened. Javo, of course, comes on, and he actually bowls a ball this time, right? Then he gets shoved by Johnny Bairstow. Okay, they arrest him. They put him in jail for alleged assault.
Yeah, which is, I don't want to turn this into like a politics podcast where I rant about the.
But come on.
Yeah.
The whole thing is a mistake. Even the police have joined in the fun now. Javo spending 2 nights in jail.
And Jarvo should be banned from all cricket grounds, but also he should not be arrested for suspicion of assault.
That too when Johnny Bairstow shoved him. Not the other way around.
Exactly.
And I swear to God, Twitter blew up again and everybody was just like, okay, this Javo shit was funny the first 2 times. Now it's just annoying. And, we're really missing Andrew Simons.
Yeah. I'm not even sure I completely condone Andrew Simons style like interventions here, but I'm just sick of the whole thing. Just someone, please.
He's done.
I'm waiting.
There's one test match remaining. If he comes on to the
Javo will be there. Javo will come on.
I swear to God, he is going to get shit thrown at him. It is Manx are volatile. Let me just remind you. All right.
I think the only thing I would find funny from Javo at this point in time now is if it's raining and he comes on as one of the people running to pull the covers
on. That too in India jersey.
That would be quite hilarious.
Javo's there to help out. I promise, however, I do give you guys one promise. I am going to somehow try and ask him to get on our podcast with us. I will have Javo on the pod one day.
We'll see. If that can happen, that would be funny as well.
It would be funny.
We should also add, but speaking of Old Trafford, we should also add that you will be back in your Mario gear.
I will be back in Mario gear at least one of the 2 days, depending on when it decides to rain. But you'll get all the entertainment. The forecast doesn't look good, so you'll probably get a lot of shit of me playing concourse cricket more than actual cricket. That's one thing. 2, of course, we're hoping for an Indian series win. Let's make no qualms about it. And, we all just want to have a good time, watch the game. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're looking forward to that. I don't want another Javo sighting, I'll be honest with you. And I'm going to end on a very nice note. If you have seen The Great Cricketer this week, and I know they put an episode up pretty much every day. But the one for day 3, I think the title was Javo is a quote, as in like COAT,
Okay.
right? Not goat,
Okay.
quote,
Right.
cunt of
Right.
all time.
I'd seen this. Yes.
Cunt of all time. We'll go with that. That's a nice note for us to end. Javo is a quote. We've nicked that from them. I'm not going to take credit for that one. Um, but if you guys are watching us on YouTube, do remember to like, share, subscribe. Don't do Florentino Perez's drugs. Again, I'm wearing this hat while I'm saying that. I look like I've been doing them. Um, wait, hang on. Let me put on the normal one so I look like I'm. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yes.
Don't
Now
do
you look
Florentino.
respectable.
Yeah, now look respectable. Don't do Florentino Perez's drugs. Remember to say cheese. Hit the bell icon. Subscribe to us. And if you are listening on any of the other platforms, my colleague will remind you which ones we are on. There's a whole bunch. I keep forgetting.
Yes. If you are listening, well, firstly, a big welcome from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, and Anchor. If you're not listening to us there, then you can please go and subscribe. And hope you enjoyed the show.
And also, before we go, just remember, if you want to catch all the shenanigans from the weekend, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I will be putting both of them up. The handle is at the bottom of your screen. It's at No Balls Cricket. Have a good night or good day,
Cheers.
whenever you're watching this. Bye, guys.